So, reading Proverbs today, saw some things that are very good things to keep in mind. Today's Proverbs that I read was Proverbs 7, and the little headline that it has above that is A Warning Against Immoral Women. This is always interesting, or in other contexts, because it works well with both genders. A warning against immoral women and immoral men, because there are both. You follow my advice, my son or my child. You always treasure my commands, obey my commands, and live. You guard my instructions as a guard to your eyes, or guard my instructions like a prized possession. You tie them on your fingers as a reminder. Write them deep within your heart. So do not forget this. You love wisdom like a sister or a loved one. You make insight a beloved member of your family. There you go. You let them protect you from an affair with an immoral woman or immoral man, depending on where you come from. From listening to the flattery of a promiscuous woman or man. Now this next part, I imagine Solomon had been like one of his off days. It was the Sabbath, and there were people. Let's read on. While I was at the window of my house, looking through a curtain, I saw naive young men. And one in particular looked like he lacked common sense. Now this can also be, I saw some naive young women, and one in particular lacked common sense. Let's see. They were crossing the street near the house of an immoral woman or immoral man. Is strolling down the path by his or her house. It was twilight in the evening as deep darkness fell, so it was hard to see. The woman or man approached him or her, is seductively dressed and sly of heart. However, a man is seductively dressed, but won't go into there. Let's see. And sly of heart. He or she was the brash, rebellious type, never content to stay at home. She is often, or he is often in the streets and markets. He is socializing at every corner. She threw her arms around him and kissed him, and with a brazen look she said, I've just made peace offerings and fulfilled my vows. You're the one I was looking for. Oh dear. I came out to find you, and here you are. I bet they were just looking for anyone to have immoral fun with. I have spread my bed is spread with beautiful blankets and with colored sheets of Egyptian linen. Egypt already has its own problems, and more than just what's going on now. I perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon, so it smells very strong. So the immoral individual is not the only thing that's trying to overtake you. The smell is too. Come, let's drink our fill of love until morning. Let us enjoy each other's caresses. Alright. Don't want to add too much context there. For my husband is not home. They are married. Great. Now you're going out with another man's wife or another woman's husband. That is unfaithfulness right there on their part. he is away on a long trip and he ain't been back for a while. He has taken a wallet full of money with him. He won't return until later this month. And as of reading this, it is the 7th. And so she seduced him with her pretty speech and enticed him with her flattery, which is not hard to fall into, so always, once again, guard these instructions, and as you should guard your own eyes, tie them around your fingers as a reminder and write them deep within your heart. So, if you see something going on like this, you know to not be a part of it. See. He followed her at once, like an ox going to the slaughter, and no way back. He was like a stag caught in a trap. Once again, no way back. Awaiting the arrow that would pierce his heart. He was like a bird flying into a snare, little knowing it would cost him his life. Because wait till the husband gets home, and you're drunk again, and you tell him, had sex with your wife. Let's not go too far into this. So, listen to me, my children. You pay attention to my words. You don't let your hearts stray toward her. You don't wander down her wayward path, for she has been the ruin of many. Many men have been her victims. Her house is the road to the grave. Her bedroom is the den of death. Now, don't think that it just happened back then, and today it only happens, not often. With 7.5 billion people in the world, it is something that happens a lot, sadly. Whether it be outside on the streets, some guys getting drunk, and one of them wanders off, and there's a prostitute just down the street, and he just so happens to be walking down there. Drunk buddy. He knows that there's a prostitute over there, so he decides, why not? He's in good spirits because he's drunk, and he's just going to let himself do that. Which goes back to, let these instructions of wisdom and insight be tied around your fingers as a reminder, or written deep within your heart, so you don't go doing stuff like that. And it happens more than just that. With the internet, anything is accessible. You can find pictures of dogs, you can find pictures of buildings, you can find pictures of immoral content. Or in other words, sexy naked pictures of people. So stuff like this happens every day. It's probably happening right now, just not in this house. There's probably people doing stuff like that right now, like I said, in other cities, other states, other countries, all over the world. So, in this dark time, and this is pretty dark, the place that you go if you do this all the time and you don't do anything to retort it, it is pretty dark and pretty hot, so I advise that you do not do that. Yes. So just, it's something that you always gotta be aware of, and with how everything is going nowadays, with events and soon coming events happening right now that lead to the second coming of Jesus, always to be on your guard. Yeah.